Hello everyone, welcome to another series of Mind Map. Today's topic of discussion is short selling. First of all, we will discuss about the relevance of this topic for the exam, and then we will discuss what is short selling, why sell short, pros and cons of short selling, and other important terminologies related to the topic. First of all, let's discuss about the relevance of this topic for exam. Topic was in news for a very long time due to recent Adani Hindenburg issue. Topic became a matter of discussion even in the parliament. Budget session was repeatedly disrupted due to this issue, and UPSC has a tendency of asking terminology-based conceptual questions. Now let's discuss what is short selling. It is an investment or trading strategy that speculates on the decline in a stock or other securities price. In it, a position is opened by borrowing shares of a stock or other assets that the investor believes will decrease in value. The investor or trader then sells these borrowed shares to buyers willing to pay the market price. Thus, it is a condition when an investor borrows a security and sells it in the open market, planning to buy it back later for less money. Now let's understand why people engage in short selling. The most common reason for engaging in short selling are speculation and hedging. A speculator makes a pure price bet that it will decline in future. For example, a person promises to sell a share at a price of Rs 500 to another person, even when he does not have an actual possession of the share. Later, he buys the share at Rs 400 from the open market and hand over to the first buyer at Rs 500. Thus, he makes a profit of Rs 100 simply by speculating a decline in price of the shares. Sometimes, people also sell short to hedge a long position. The primary objective of hedging is protection as opposed to the pure profit motivation of speculation. Hedging is done to protect gains or mitigate losses in a portfolio. But since it comes at a cost, the vast majority of retail investors do not consider it during normal times. Now moving on to pros and cons of short selling. Possibility of high profits, limited initial capital required, leveraged investment possible, and hedge against other holdings. And cons are potentially unlimited losses, margin account necessary, margin interest incurred, and short squeezes. Now let's discuss about some other important terminologies related to short selling. First is speculation. In finance, speculation is the purchase of an asset like a commodity, goods, or real estate with the hope that it will become more valuable shortly. It can also refer to short sales in which the speculator hopes for a decline in value. Second is hedging. It is an investment made with the intention of reducing the risk of adverse price movements in an asset. Downside risk. It is an estimation of a security's potential loss in value if market conditions precipitate a decline in that security's price. Long position. In terms of stocks, it means an investor has bought and owns the security. Investors remain long security position in the expectations that the stock will rise in value in the future. Short position. The opposite of a long position is a short position. A short position is generally the sale of a stock you do not own. It is used when an investor anticipates that the value of a stock will decrease in the short term, perhaps in the next few days or weeks. Margin account. It is an account that allows a trader to borrow funds from a broker so that he does not have to put up the entire value of a trade. Maintenance margin. It is the minimum equity an investor must hold in the margin account after the purchase has been made. Margin call. A margin call occurs when the percentage of an investor's equity in a margin account falls below the broker's required amount. Leverage. For financial leverage, it is an investment strategy of using borrowed money, specifically the use of various financial instruments or borrowed capital to increase the potential return of an investment. And short squeezes. It is a market phenomenon in which an unexpected rise in the price of a heavily shorted stocks prompts large numbers of short sellers to exit positions by buying the stock, thus driving up the price further. Now it's time for the practice questions. First of all, prelims question. Consider the following statements about short selling. 1. Possibility of profit is very high. 2. Possibility of losses is very high. Which of the following is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, or none of the above. You can send the answer of this question in the comment section. Now moving on to the mains question. Recently, short selling was in news. What do you understand by this? How can short selling affect the market and impact the country's economy? So that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.